AI love you. After a software glitch causes an advanced AI program to fall in love with a young woman, it escapes into the body of a man and tries to win her heart. This science fiction and romance movie is a waste of time to watch. It's not worth talking about it. We give it 1 star out of 5. Anne Plus, the film. Under pressure to finish her novel and move to Montreal for her relationship, a queer 20-something in Amsterdam searches for what she wants in life. This drama and romance film has an original story in its own way, as it explores love and relationships seen from the point of view of a lesbian girl that makes the film interesting to watch. The performances of the entire cast are good and credible. The movie is entertaining, so we give it 3 stars out of 5. Black Crab. To end an apocalyptic war and save her daughter, a reluctant soldier embarks on a desperate mission to cross a frozen sea carrying a top-secret cargo. We found this action and drama film not only original but interesting, with a healthy dose of suspense and action scenes. Of course, there are parts of the story that are somewhat difficult to understand, since they don't explain who is fighting whom, what happened, among other things, but at least you come to understand that there is a bloody civil war in Sweden. The production elements such as cinematography, set designs, special effects and costumes are all good, as are the performances of the entire cast. It's worth watching if this is your favorite genre, and for being a production that in the end entertains you, we give it 3 stars out of 5. Don't Kill Me. After Myrta dies of a drug overdose with her lover, she resuscitates alone and discovers she's part of a violent world she never knew existed. This horror and romance film looks like the Italian version of Twilight, reinvented with a dark, bloody and malevolent twist that has nothing romantic about it, and rather ends up being something ridiculous that does not offer anything new or interesting. In short, we did not like it at all, and it's not worth watching, so we give it 1 star out of 5. Fistful of Vengeance. A revenge mission becomes a fight to save the world from an ancient threat when superpowered assassin Kai tracks a killer to Bangkok. This action movie is crap and is not worth watching, so we give it 1 star out of 5. Forgive Us Our Trespasses. Targeted by Nazis as they hunt down and murder people with disabilities, a boy with a limb difference makes a daring decision while running for his life. This 15 minutes short dramatic film is worth watching to understand the atrocities committed by the Nazi regime in Germany against its own people, in this case against children who had some physical disability, all seen from the point of view of a child. To this sad and interesting short production, we give it 3 stars out of 5. Into the Wind. Waves, sunshine, and passion await when a privileged teenage girl experiences first love with a free-spirited kite-surfing instructor at a seaside resort. This romantic film has a predictable story, full of cliches, recycled, and similar to other productions presented on Netflix. It seems that no one comes up with new ideas to make movies with a true original theme. Still, the production elements, such as the cinematography, among others, are decent, as are the performances of the entire cast. It's worth watching if you have the time to do so, but the film seemed average to us, so we give it 2 stars out of 5. Loop La Pita. When her boyfriend loses a mobster's cash, Savvy races against the clock to save the day, if only she can break out of a curious cycle of dead ends. We found this action and comedy film interesting, witty, and entertaining enough to watch, but the truth is that it's somewhat complicated in its own way. There are some parts that really make you laugh, so the humor is okay. Their production elements and performances are usually decent, but we still found it an average production, so we give it 2 stars out of 5. Love and Leeches. Love never hurt so good for two co-workers who enter a contractual relationship as partners in consensual play, pleasure, and pain. This romantic film is original in its own way, as it presents a story where a little shown aspect of a love relationship is explored. A relationship without conventional issues and rather with a sadomasochistic tone that makes it an entertaining, interesting, and intriguing production to watch. The performances and production elements are usually decent, and the film is worth watching and actually is amusing. So we give it 3 stars out of 5. Love Tactics. An ad executive and a fashion designer blogger don't believe in love, so they place a bet to make the other fall head over heels with unusual tactics. This comedy and romance film seemed uninteresting to us, with a story that is not original, weak, dull, and full of cliches. We ended up getting bored, so we give it 1 star out of 5. Restless. After going to extremes to cover up an accident, a corrupt cop's life spirals out of control when he starts receiving threats from a mysterious witness. This action thriller movie features an original story in its own way that makes it interesting, intriguing, and entertaining enough to watch, but in its entirety, it doesn't really satisfy or hook you completely. Their production elements and performances are usually decent, but to us, it seemed an average production, so we give it 2 stars out of 5. Watch it if you have nothing better to do or watch. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. In this sequel, influencers looking to breathe new life into a Texas ghost town encounter Leatherface, an infamous killer who wears a mask of human skin. This horror and drama film is a remake of the 1974 production of the same name and one more in the series of films made of this same recycled theme, but it's still considered a sequel. Sequel to which movie? Who knows? If you've seen any of the previous movies, you're just going to find the same thing in this one. Same story and same elements of production and a lot of blood and gore. If this is your favorite genre, more than likely you will enjoy this production. To us, it seemed an average movie that doesn't offer anything new, so we give it 2 stars out of 5. The Adam Project. After accidentally crash landing in 2022, time-traveling fighter pilot Adam Reed teams up with his 12-year-old self on a mission to save the future. This science fiction movie has an original story to some extent, but still interesting, fun, and entertaining to watch, with a healthy dose of humor and comedic situations. The production elements, such as special effects and set designs, are good, as are the performances of the entire cast, although Mark Ruffalo looked bloated and his voice sounded like he had been drunk when filming. If you don't pay attention to the science fiction aspect behind the story, as certain parts are somewhat exaggerated and difficult to believe, you will be able to appreciate the film even more for what it is, an entertaining and ingenious production to watch, so we give it 3 stars out of 5.